Happening today, Jere Bagenstose, the man convicted of voluntary manslaughter in the death of his estranged wife, will be sentenced in Lancaster. He could face up to 20 years in prison.
Fox 43's Robert Stover joins us now outside the courthouse with more on what could happen today. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Jere Bagenstose is scheduled to be sentenced at 1:30 p.m. today. Now, back in April, Bagenstose was convicted of voluntary manslaughter for the death of Maryann Bagenstose, his estranged wife, who police say back in 1984 disappeared without a trace.
An arrest in this 38-year-old case has certainly been long awaited.
That's what Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams said nearly 3 years ago after Pennsylvania State Police arrested then 67-year-old Jere Bagenstose. Bagenstose was charged with criminal homicide in December 2022, nearly 40 years after 25-year-old Maryann Bagenstose disappeared on June 5, 1984. His trial began in March of this year, and a verdict was handed down in April.
The goal was to have 12 jurors hear the evidence in a court of law and say Jere killed his wife.
Bagenstose was found not guilty of first and third degree murder charges, but was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter. According to Pennsylvania law, voluntary manslaughter is defined as a killing committed without a lawful justification, but with a sudden and intense passion resulting from serious provocation.
Jere was angry at her for the various reasons I stated, the likely divorce, there's a separation, the custody.
Maryann's body was never found. Now 70, Bagenstose could spend the rest of his life in prison.
You have to apply the law at the time the crime was committed, not as it exists now.
Now, under Pennsylvania law, the maximum sentence for voluntary manslaughter in 1984 is 20 years. Now, what's interesting, according to court orders released in April, Bagenstose has accumulated more than 335 custody credit days, which are expected to be applied to today's sentencing. Of course, when we receive that information, we'll provide it to you on air and online at fox43.com. Live in Lancaster, Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.
All right, Robert, again, this is a case that people have been following for a very long time. We'll see what happens today at the sentencing at 1:30. Thanks so much.